Hi guys, this is Rebecca Victoria here with High Vibes Media, and today we are here with Mike Garmany, aka The Holdup. Thank you for coming and meeting with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Today is your last show of this tour, and you have a particularly large following here in the Bay Area, partially because you're from the Bay. The Holdup has been making music since 2006.
Yeah, I would say 2006. Yeah, I mean, not like in a professional sense until like, maybe a couple years later, but yeah.
But how does that feel, like knowing that you've have this fan base that's followed you for this long and that has kind of watched you grow up, and they've grown up with you?
It's really weird.
Weird?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like. I still there's like this. There's just like piece of glass in between us. Like I don't get it. It's just always gonna weird me out that people care so much about the music I make.
Well, your music is very lyrically driven, right? And a lot of people connect with those lyrics. So is there like a writing, because your lyrics are pretty like expand across. There's really moody and dark lyrics. There's like sexy and soft lyrics. Is there like a particular writing process you have?
Not really. I mean, it's changed now more than it used to be. Just shit. I don't even know what it used to be. I don't know. It would usually start with like melodies and chords, like, or I would think of like some kind of phrase or a line in my head that I thought was cool, and I would always try to write a concept that I thought was relatable or memorable. Like not like if you're gonna write a love song, don't just write a song that's like about I love you. So, like some detailed, something specific that people can grasp onto. But now more than ever, I try to think of things that are like a little bit left of center, like not too straightforward. It's hard to describe because I'm sitting on a lot of songs right now, and if they were out and released, it'd be easier to like, give you examples. But yeah, I just try to write like really relatable, specific kind of topics.
So you just dropped Drive yesterday, which is awesome. And that is, if I'm correct, the name of your album as well.
Unofficially, there might not be an album coming as soon as people thought, or as I gave them the impression that there was going to be. But I haven't decided to announce this officially, so I guess this is the official announcement. But there's another song coming out 2 weeks from now. And 2 weeks from then, there'll be another song. And 2 weeks from then, there'll be another song. So there'll be a new song every 2 weeks indefinitely until I decide to like put them on one album and then drop an album.
Wow, I'm excited for that. Since your lyrics are pretty, I would say, like intimate, right? And they definitely reflect, I feel, like a personal side of you, right? And on your social media, you do share a lot about your, physical and mental health, which I find really refreshing from an artist because it kind of gives a nice insight to your music. Why is that important for you to share with your fans and those people that are following you?
Because I'm like really externally influenced. Like I get my energy from connecting with like other people. I think there's like a lot of different types of people, and some are kind of driven from like they get their energy within themselves. Like I have friends like that just wake up and they're just like inspired because of themselves or something. But I like connecting with people. I get inspired from other people, and so when I go through experiences in life that I've never been through before, it's so helpful to me to have someone else's advice who's been through that, or just to know that someone else went through that similar experience. Just makes difficult experiences easier to go through, and so I just feel like there's no way I'm the only one who's like that. So I kind of feel responsible for sharing my experiences with people that could benefit from that,
Yeah, and have you gotten a pretty good response from, the people that you connect with online?
Definitely. I mean, it's hard to tell because, I mean, I don't know, social media is so casual that people can just say whatever they want, But usually when I share some like really personal shit about like anxiety or depression or things like that, people really, they react like overwhelmingly positive to it. And a lot of people reach out and say that, it helps them to know that someone else is going through stuff like that. So it's definitely motivation to keep sharing.
Definitely. I appreciate you sharing that side of you. It's super vulnerable and it's helpful for me. I think it's helpful for a lot of people. What do you think so far on this tour has been like one of your favorite moments?
Ooh, you're gonna have to give me a second. I mean, I'm extremely fortunate that everyone in my band is super cool. They're some of the most unique human beings I've ever met, and they're all hilarious. Uh, so most of my favorite moments are on the drives between gigs. I love playing shows and I love interacting with the fans after shows, but there's just some hilarious shit that I can't even repeat that goes on in the van between shows. I'm trying to think of a specific one. Oh man, you put me on the spot. We have to come back to that.
Okay, we'll come back to that. We can do something a little lighter though. We were talking about your tattoos when we were driving up here. I don't know, just because we're girls and that's what we talk about. Do you have a favorite tattoo?
Yeah, I think it's the one behind my ear. I think it's this side. Is it? You see it?
Is it a lightning bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
No meaning or anything?
No.
No.
Most of my tattoos are just nonsense. They're just, I think I've had one or two of my tattoos planned out going into a tattoo shop. I usually go in there and they say, what do you want? And then I just think of it on the spot. Just because it's too much pressure to think of a serious tattoo that's supposed to mean something that's going to be relevant to me for the rest of my life. Like, there's no way. So I just think of shit that's nonsense now. It's just going to be nonsense later, so.
Do you have a favorite city that you've stopped at on this tour?
On this tour?
And in general?
Okay, on this tour, LA, which is where we live now. I mean, I just love Southern California. Like, I grew up in the Bay Area, and I love the Bay Area, but Southern California is amazing. And we were just really surprised by the crowd we drew in LA, and they were off the hook. So, and the venue was really dope. That was just a great show overall. So far, actually, last night was really amazing too. Santa Cruz was really dope. That's hard. It's between those two. Okay. But my favorite city to stop in the entire country, it's not my favorite, but Omaha surprised the shit out of us the last time we were there. We sold this venue out, and we'd never been to Omaha, and it was just, the crowd was just wild. It was the most wild crowd we ever played for. It was unreal. And it's Omaha. Yeah. Like, why the fuck do we have a following specifically in Omaha? That tripped me out. And then also Charleston, South Carolina. That was crazy too. Same situation. We got there, had never been there. Wild, crazy fan base, sold out the venue. It was just like, so those are really cool crowds to play for. But I don't know, it's hard. Anything outside of California, like I'm not a hater, but I love California. It's just the best fucking place to be in the entire world.
I agree, and I may be biased because I'm from the Bay and I've lived here my whole life, but California is the greatest place in the world. Speaking of California, you've done Cali Roots a couple times, right?
Yeah, once, I think 3 times. So a couple times, 7 years ago or something, and then again recently, a few months ago.
Yeah. I mean, how does that feel joining a group of other, not similar, I mean, but another, a group of well-established artists? How does that make you feel, going up alongside them? And I was there. It was a pretty big crowd, so how does that make you feel being at such a big event?
I mean, I just love festivals in general because the crowds are big and the stage is really big, and I don't know, there's something about it. It's like a different kind of energy. Big stages are just cool in general because you feel like a rock star and you can just, I don't know, it's inspiring. You let loose. But I don't really listen to most of the artists that play at Cali Roots. It's it's not that I dislike their music. I don't listen to that much music in general, which is weird. A lot of people, I'm the weirdo. Everyone in my band loves music, and I love music, but I don't listen to that much of it. And then on top of that, I don't listen to that much reggae. So playing at Cali Roots is I know a lot of the bands personally, so that's cool. I love seeing our friends, people we've toured with, but when I go there, I don't know. I don't really feel like musically I'm amongst my peers, which might be a festival kind of vibe in general. When you go to a festival, it's just a whole bunch of bands. So I don't know, but.
So you don't listen to much music. What music, when you do choose to listen to music, what are you listening to?
I would say the bulk of it is mostly hip hop and R&B, but I listen to a lot of weird shit. I really latch on to certain albums, I think, or certain artists. Even if I don't like all their music, there's just I really like artists' whole aesthetic and their image and everything about it. It's not always just the music for me. So so I can really like an artist because they have the whole package to me. I'm trying to think some albums Tame Impala, the Currents. I don't know. Do you know that album, or do you know who Tame Impala is? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, you have to check out Tame Impala. Okay. Tame Impala released an album. I think that was 3 years ago, and I've had that album on repeat ever since. And then there's some new cats I like Post Malone is dope. I really like all of his melody writing. But it's weird, it's so eclectic. Like, I don't know, I was listening to, do you know who Corinne Bailey Rae is? She's this like, this British chick. I can't even describe, you wouldn't know. Do you know the song Put Your Records On?
Yes.
That's her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll listen to stuff like that, or like.
Talking about your musical influences, if you don't listen to a lot of music, those are the ones that you shared with us you listen to. What other things besides personal, experiences inspire your music and your music writing?
Just anything creative, just anything artistic. A lot of visual stuff. Like, I love movies, and I love comic books, and I watch a lot of anime. Well, I don't watch a lot of anime, but I like a lot of anime. And so just stuff like that, like visually, is really inspiring. I just love the way shit looks. I'm starting to learn this about myself in the last years, that I am obsessed with aesthetics. So just the way things look. I mean, just being like in a city that's really beautiful, stuff like that. I don't know, good photography, clothes, fashion, music videos. I love music videos. Like, even if I don't like a song that much, a music video will inspire me to go write a song or stuff like that. And then obviously, like, lots of other music. And then you said aside from personal experiences, but yeah, personal experiences.
So then, being from the Bay, and you do listen to hip hop, do you have a favorite Bay Area hip hop artist?
That's hard, because there's a lot, and there's a lot that people don't know are from the Bay. I mean, I listened to a lot of Andre Nickatina and Mac Dre when I was growing up, and a lot of Tupac. I mean, he's considered Bay, right?
I think so, yeah.
But I feel like people don't talk about that a lot, that Tupac is from the Bay. Right, he was from somewhere else and then came to Oakland or something. Anyway. Yeah, somewhere. So, the Bay. He's got Bay roots.
So do you have, like, a message that you want to send to your fans? Because a lot of people I've talked to is like, we've listened to the Holdup forever. We love the Holdups.
I mean, first and foremost, I love them all. Thank you. Fucking thank you. I can't even explain, like, how grateful I am for the fans that we have. The only way that I can describe it is, like, it's like trying to imagine how big the fucking universe is. Like, you just can't. And it's just like, the older I get, the more grateful I am, and just in disbelief that anybody fucking cares about what I do. First, thank you. And then also, be you and be happy, Be the best you can be. Be as nuanced and as this most specific you can be.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us, Mike.
Of course.
And we'll stay tuned for new music. So, yeah, thank you very much.
All I want's a car that I can drive. Pull up to a light, baby, get inside. I've been working for it my whole life. Late awake at night, but we gon' be alright. All I